What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Leo's Nerd Talk, and today we're going to be talking about Kraven the Hunter. So let's get into that. Hi, my name is Leo. As I talk about anything movie, TV show, video related, or just anything nerdy, you have come to the right place. And like I said, today we're talking about Kraven the Hunter. So without further ado, let's get into the review. Oh man, what can I say? This was a movie that I wasn't necessarily anticipating or looking forward to, but the trailers looked like this movie would be entertaining enough where I can just have a good time. For a stupid movie, we have all known for a long time that these Sony movies have not been doing that great. These projects are not projects that anybody's really excited about. And this is just another one of those projects that no one really cares for. Now, without taking any much more of your time, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. But let's go ahead and get straight into my pros. And start with my pros, I think that Aaron Taylor Johnson is a great Kraven. Maybe not use the word great, but I think he works as a Kraven. I think if he was given a better script and he was given a better movie to work in, I think it would have done very, very well. You know, if he was more so in the universe of Spider-Man, maybe even fighting Spider-Man, I think he would have done a very good job, because I do like Aaron Taylor Johnson as an actor. I think he's very charismatic. He works well as a Kraven character. So I did enjoy him on screen for the most part. And then also I liked Russell Crowe being here as well as being his father. He was also another entertaining kind of character that did decent when it came to his performance. And probably lastly, on my positive, is that there were certain action sequences that were actually pretty fun, pretty entertaining, pretty cool, a little bit gory. So overall, most of the action sequences were pretty cool. But with that being said, that is going to be it for my pros. Let's go ahead and straight into my cons. And there's a lot to talk about this movie. I probably won't go too deep into every little reason why this movie just doesn't work. But let's go over some things that really stood out for me. One, performances across the board were for the most part mediocre and below. You have Aaron Taylor Johnson that had some decent parts, but most of it felt a little cringy. Russell Crowe felt like he did good across the board, but everybody else just felt ridiculous, cartoonish. Line delivery was just terrible. You had a story here that I didn't really care too much about. This is kind of more of an origin story of Kraven. And, you know, to be fair, I'm not too sure. You know, I don't know the full story of Kraven, his origin and how he became Kraven and all this different stuff. But what we were given here just felt like a big jumbled mess. I didn't care for many of the characters that were even introduced. You know, there was certain plot points that you could literally rip characters out. Like you have, I don't even remember her name, but this girl that is the one that saves his life after he gets attacked by a lion. You can literally rip her character out completely out of this movie and it wouldn't change anything. She feels like they try to make her into such a big, important part, but she was so little by the end of it. You have Rhino, who is supposed to be like your big bad, your, you know, Kraven's next big hunt, right, in this movie. And Rhino's character, you could literally take his character, rip him out of this movie, and it wouldn't change a damn thing. And also just in general, Rhino himself looked terrible. He looked super goofy. And also his motive of even wanting to go against Kraven was ridiculous. Like, it just didn't make sense at all. It just felt so off-putting, you know. And this movie, I felt like it took itself too serious. This movie was just not what I was expecting. You know, I can enjoy a bad movie if the movie is at least fun and is at least trying to entertain me. This movie didn't even do that. I did not have fun with the movie. This movie was downright boring. Sequences that I just didn't care about, characters that I just didn't care about, a story that I just couldn't invest myself in. By the last 30 minutes, I was just going in and out of sleep. And I just couldn't wait for this movie to be over. This movie dragged so long. This movie should have never, ever reached 2 hours of a runtime. By the end of it, I just didn't care anymore. It was just not what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting anything great, but I wasn't expecting it to be this bad. You know, visuals looked terrible. The CGI was really bad. You can tell when green screen was being used, in every location the green screen was being used. This was just one of those movies that Sony threw out there. I think this was even in the talks of being scrapped completely. And I'm not someone that wants to see movies getting scrapped, seeing projects being thrown to the trash and never to be seen the light of day of. But this felt like one of those movies that if it got scrapped and I knew this end result, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't be upset that this movie never saw the light of day, because this Sony villain universe is just not a project that they should continue doing. I hate that they try to do these villains and they try to make them seem like the good guys, like they're villains for a reason. And they just give them stories that just doesn't make sense. They get people on these movies that just don't know. I don't know. It's just the production level feels very, very minimal. The acting performances just feel like no one's trying. The direction and this literally just feels like you grab any random name and you want to just throw a movie out there. That's what this feels like, and that's what a lot of these Sony projects of these, Marvel villains feel like. So it's unfortunate. It's disappointing. I would never, ever, ever watch this movie ever again. I would rather watch Madam Web 10 times before I watch this movie. And when I saw people say that this is a bigger flop than Madam Web, I said there's absolutely no way. And now that I've seen it, I get it. But let me know what you guys thought about Kraven in the comment section down below. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you.